Okay na? So, good afternoon. We have a procurement activities for today for the pre-bid conference for the two infra. It was scheduled for this morning, but all the back members attended the groundbreaking for the two projects implemented by the DPWH LKDO at the Capitol. So we have rescheduled it today at this afternoon, 2 p.m. So we have the members of the BAC, the TWG, from the procurement unit, and of course our IT, who are in charge in our live streaming. So for the contract ID, and this was a third time since previous failed failure of bidding. So we have the construction of school building, Romualdez Elementary School, proposed for integration with a 16 existing senior high school, extension classes of grade 7 to grade 10, Barangay Romualdez, Rizal, Kalinga. Location, Rizal, Kalinga, with an ABC of 9,900,000 pesos only. Contract duration, 150. Brief description, the complete construction of one-story four-classroom school building with window grills at front windows. Bid opening will be March 12, 2026. For the BOQ, we have here the items: permit and clearance, 1 lump sum; project billboard, signage 2H; occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum, with ABC of 142,657.71 pesos only. Mobilization, demolition, 1 lump sum. We have the structure excavation common soil, 186.85 cubic meter. The embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil, 58.88 cubic meter. The embankment from Barrow granular coarse materials, 107.72 cubic meter. Gravel fill, 12.09 cubic meter. Plain and reinforced concrete works. Structural concrete, 4,000 PSI Class A, 20 days, 144.92 centavos cubic meter. Reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, 17,677.41 kilograms. Formworks and false work, we have 357.76 square meter. For the soil poisoning, the termite control, 15 liters, 150 mm CHP non-load bearing, including reinforcing steel, 253.26 square meter. For the steel doors and frames, 1 set, jalousie window, glass, 49.85 square meter. Window, accessories, 1 lump sum. For the steel window, 1 lump sum. Carpentry and joinery works, 1 lump sum. Plain cement finish with floor hardener. We have 17.20 square meter. Plain cement plaster finish, 817.54 square meter. Stainless steel railings, 111 meter. Fiber cement board ceiling on metal frame, we have 271.19 square meter. Or the spandrel ceiling on metal frame, 156.54 square meter. Reflective insulation, 374.4 square meter. Glazed tiles and trim, 31.04 square meter. Unglazed tiles, 363.66 square meter. Painting works with the masonry concrete, 817.54 square meter. Painting works wood, 50.40 square meter. The painting works steel, 118.42 square meter. Pre-painted metal sheets, corrugated long span above 0.427 mm thick, 374.4 square meter. Fabricated metal roofing accessory, reeds roll, 0.6 mm thick, 28.80 meter. fabricated metal roofing accessory, flashing, 0.6 mm thick, 23.07 meter. Structural steel trusses, we have 3,445.25 kilograms. Structural steel purlins, 2,249.64 kilograms. Metal structure accessories, the bolts and rods, 124 each. Metal structure accessories, steel plates, 717.92 kilograms. Metal structure accessories, sag rods, 118.38 kilograms. Metal structure accessories, cross bracing, 492.44 kilograms. Metal structure accessories, turnbuckle, 28H. Sewer line works, 1 lansam. For the cold water line works, 1 lansam. Storm drainage and downspout, 1 lansam. Sanitary plumbing fixtures, 1 lansam. The septic bolt tank concrete CHB, 1 lansam. Catch basin CHB, 17H. The conduits, boxes, and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-in, 1 lansam. The wires and wiring devices, 1 lansam. Panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lansam. Lighting fixtures, 1 lansam. That's the BOQ of this particular project. Same with the equipment, we have corrected during our first and second pre-bid conference. Backhoe own at least 2 units, but we have 3 units needed, dump truck 1 on and cargo truck 1. Same with the laboratory, minimum requirements, this should be owned by the contractor. So the personnel placed by the bidder, at least the project manager, 1 year experience, project engineer. This is the new since effective January 2026. PE must be DPWH accredited. Refer to the DO number 169 series of 2025. Materials engineer, ME must be DPWH accredited. The electrical engineer or master electrician should be 1 year experience. Sanitary engineer, master plumber, 1 year experience. Foreman, 1 year. Send me the first aider with photocopy of certificate of first aid training issued by the Red Cross or by any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOL requirements subject to Department Order 241 series of 2024 on the submission of CSP approved by the HOP, the district engineer, and valid first aider ID from the Philippine National Red Cross. The construction site safety officer with a photocopy of certificate completion on the basic OSH course issued by the DOL, WC accredited safety training organization or recognized institutions. Include contract number, the address, tax identification number, the machine copy of PRC, and the MENPE accreditation of the K personnel. So we have also this contract ID 26PL0006. And ito change contract ID from contract ID 003 from 26PL003 to 26PL006. The organization outcome ensures safe and reliable national road system asset preservation program, the rehabilitation, construction of roads with slip or collapse, and landslide secondary roads, mountain province boundary, Kalanan Pinokpok Abot Road, Kalanan Pinokpok section at KO 519 plus 406 to KO 519 plus 422. And KO 519 plus 644 to KO 519 plus 656. and KO519 plus 889 to KO519 plus 907. So this is a 3-section location. So the location, Pinokpok, Kalinga, with an ABC of 2,751,373.83 centavos only. The contract duration, 58. Calendar days, kamti CD na. Yeah. Brief description, the construction of 18-meter length crib wall and 28-meter length concrete retaining wall structure. Bid opening will be March 12 to 2026. So, crib wall at saka retaining wall. Yung retaining wall, massive concrete. Permits and clearance, 1, Lansam, project billboard and signboard, 3 each, occupational safety and health work program, with an ABC of 81,138.41 centavos. 1 Lansam, the traffic management, 1 Lansam, mobilization, demobilization, 1 Lansam. Removal of structures and obstruction, 1 Lansam. Removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.23 meter thick PCCP and reinforced, 8.80 square meter. Structure excavation, common soil, 439.38 cubic meter. Foundation fill with 12.78 cubic meter. Embankment from barrow, granular coarse materials, 213.18 cubic meter. Subgrade preparation, the common materials, 38.70 square meter. The aggregate subbase course, 3.87 cubic meter. Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced, 230 mm thick, 14 days, 8.8 square meter. Reinforcing steel, grade 40, 7,884.96 kilogram. Reinforcing steel, grade 60, 691 kilograms. Structural concrete, class A, 20.68 megapascal, 28 days, 100.90 cubic meter. Lane concrete, class B, 16.5 megapascal, 4.76 cubic meter. The paint, 16.80 square meter. Grouted riprap, class A, 53.45 cubic meter. Drain pipe PVC, 60.60 linear meter. Carb and gutter, cast in place, 46 linear meter. So, may, di ba, retaining wall. Di babante kalsada manin ito niya. Danganin i-close da jay ko na. Both ends. Dati ko naman ni jay, tapno mag-close, baka kumano manin jay embankment. Awanti i-close tayo jay mordong. When kanayon met no mapantog inspect it nakatiwangwang niya. So, nasurot met jay plano. Natin met jay quantities mo kung natin. Dapat kita akit kandak mamit ni slide to niya din inspected to para silis. Okay. Anda bakfilan ata, bakfilan na git. Ag-ayos Pantanudan yan niya. JTM summit niya. Jadi kuan jadi kuan ni UCDC, jadi karaa. Pandamit inistakaan memang. Mm.
Groundbreaking team mana again?
Hindi ko Clark. Nakaman niya.
Ito, nakalila pa. Lakbay aram.
For
Dako
the
kami Jay ko. Dako kami Jay ni ISO. DOT ISO. Dan kami. Ah, ada tetap nakakampang yun. Kamang access.
for the minimum major equipment requirements, the following the low bid trader with prime mover. 1. Dump truck. 2. Own. Payloader 1. Water truck 1. Backhoe with breaker 1 on. Transit mixer 1 on. Cargo truck 1. Batching plant. For the laboratory minimum requirements, comply with the DO number 11 series of 2017, and it must be owned by the bidder contractor. For the key personnel, 1 project manager, 1 year, project engineer, same, must be DPWH accredited, materials engineer may or not be DPWH accredited, but the licensed civil engineer. Foreman, 1 year. First aider with photocopy of certificate of first aid training issued by the Red Cross or by any organization accredited by the same in compliance to DOL requirements subject to Department Order 241 series of 2024 on the submission of CHP approved by the HOPE and valid first aider ID from PNRC. Same with the construction site safety officer with photocopy of certificate of completion on the basic OSH course issued by DOL, PWC accredited safety training organizations or recognized institution. Include contract number, address, tax identification number, machine copy of PRC, and MEPE accreditation of the K personnel. So that's it for the POQ and the scope of work to be done by the prospective bidder. So any other updated DOs and reminders from the back members? Dadya may isa nga ako rito. Pre-procure tayo. Ilan na? Ito eh? Ha?
Ito muna.
Sige. So, two only for the pre-bid conference.
Okay, for the information of those who are following us in the live streaming, we just want to remind our partners in the infrastructure development about Department Order 110, series of 2024. This pertains to the implementation of ISO 9001 2015 certification requirements for large A, medium B, and medium A contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects of the department. We would like to emphasize on medium A, which is within the limit of the district office. That is, the allowable range for ARCC is more than 30 million but less than 150 million, which is effective on January 1, 2026. This is for 2026 infra projects. And this pertains to the mandatory certification requirements for calendar year uh, for ISO 9001:2015. So please be aware on these requirements, because those contractors or bidders who will be participating in our procurement of amounting to 30 million but less to 150 million, you are required. And one of the requirements of the bidding documents will be an ISO certification for 9001:2015. So please be aware on these requirements. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Alex, for that reminders for that DO number 110 series of 2024 for the ISO for those contractors. So that's all for our pre-bid conference for today, the two projects. So thank you, mga back members, TWG and the Secretariat, the IT, for our live streaming for this pre-bid conference for the two infra project.